What's going on, guys? Welcome back to our Let's Play series here on the Amplified Console Edition. And today, last episode we finished off with our slime farm, so we've got plenty of slime balls and slime blocks for any projects that we may want to use in the future. Today I think we are going to work on our villager sorter, because they're extremely over cramped and overpacked, and it's getting harder and harder to sort them out. I'm not sure if you've seen this area since I sort of natured it up a bit. Is that even a term? That's really bad English, but yeah. So you can see a lot of bone meal, plants, bushes, hidden lighting. I've tried a couple of these custom trees. I need to bring the leaves out a bit more on this side. I don't think it looks too bad. I did try another one over there. So I'm not sure if I've shown you this in a previous episode or not. I just know that it's been a while since I've been up this way. But yeah, I don't like that one. I'm not sure if I said I'm going to take that one down and try doing up one. But our horses are doing well. Let's hop down to where our villagers are. And let's see, they're just ridiculous amounts of them, making stupid amounts of noise. But we have now collected quite a lot of villagers that all of our white coats are here. I've got around about 5 or 6 of them with mending books, silk touch books, infinity books, protection 4 books, unbreaking books. Got a blacksmith there that's got a pretty decent armor trade. But I want to use this area for building our villager sorter, which means making that drop chute there just a 1x1 for the villagers to drop down into, so they're easier to pick up. And to be frank with you, I really don't want to have to work around all of these lot, so we've got a firing squad lined up. Thought we'd have some fun and yeah, take these out a more fun way. Now let's see if this works or not. Oh, can't crouch and turn that on. There we go. Absolutely brutal. I know such a waste getting rid of all the mending book villagers, but yeah, it needed to be done. See if we can make our run for it. Ow, ow. These things are filled with arrows from our mob farm. So I thought I'd get rid of them, then they're out of the way with. We can collect all of these arrows. What we want to do is get rid of all of these minecarts. We're obviously going to be using them for our village sorter. Let's throw them. Let's get rid of you. And let's grab a random shulker box. Put these into there. Pick up the rest. And we're also going to have to murder all of them other villagers that are creating so much noise, which we absolutely hate. And where am I putting my sword away? I need them to murder the villagers. Yeah, I was trying to think of fun ways to kill them. I was just going to drop lava in there, but have we got a bed up here that we can go to sleep on? There we go. Watch the lovely moon set, and then beautiful sunrise. I want to get rid of, yeah, the villagers is what I was doing. So we'll go down there, and so many of these that we could have used. Some of them probably have the best trades that we've never seen before, but this area needs to be dropped into just a 1x1 drop. So we want to get rid of all of these. Look, even more are coming. Okay, so let me get rid of that water source. And then what we want to do is... How far can this come down? Okay, that's beautiful. That is just what we want. And we want to drop this just down into a 1x1 for them to drop down into. And then do that. Little bit of that. Little bit of that. And then we want to get rid of you for a second. This is just so that they all drop in just a 1x1 square, so it's a lot easier for us to pick them up using the minecarts rather than having to push them all into a corner and try to get them that way. Yeah, if they're just in the 1x1, it'll be 10 times easier to pick them up. And now I'm out of stone blocks. Now, have we got any other stone anywhere? We drop down here quickly. And let's just grab some stone from here. I know I'm going to be kicking myself when it takes another 2 or 3 days worth of AFK in before I get that many mending book villagers and decent villagers here, but for me to be able to build this, it was going to be a major pain trying to work around all of them, so I'm alright with it. And eventually we will have them, and once they're organised, it'll be a lot easier to keep organised. Now, obviously we don't need that all the way open like that, but we do want a little glass area, say, just there, and then we want some. Okay, I'm going to crack on, get this thing built, and then I'll bring you right back in a minute. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Yeah, since it's hard flying in third person, I've gone ahead and built the villager sorter. Now, I did say I was going to put the tutorial that I found in the description of this video, but the tutorial that I found was absolutely horrendous. And I'm not going to name whose tutorial it was, because I don't want to just badmouth him. It just might have been a bad tutorial that he's done out of quite a few. But he actually, during the tutorial, ended up tearing down half of it and then rebuilding half of it through the tutorial, which messed my one up completely. I ended up just going on to Google, typing in villager sorter, going to the images and just seeing how the single module of it was built, and then I compacted it and fitted it into the space that I needed. Now, let me take you down there to show you how it's all going. The redstone behind it is an absolute mess. As you can see, they're all lining up. I've managed to get a couple of decent ones with efficiency 5 and depth strider 3. Now, back here, this is where the villagers get picked up from. They're all waiting in there in a 1x1. But I've emptied the minecarts because the sorter got filled up, and I didn't want to empty it until I'd showed you how it was all going and working. Now, the dispenser on this rail cart here will spit one out. It will go down there, but it won't actually reach that again unless there's a villager in it. So it'll just bounce back and forth. Then as soon as it comes up here, it activates this detector, which then activates the dropper, well no, the dispenser, which then puts another empty minecart on the track ready to pick up the next one. They then get funneled round here into the water stream, which then drops them into an empty chamber. Now if we hop down here, this is the redstone behind it. It's actually like every single individual module, so this like 1 2 3 4. Yeah, this 1x4 area here is an individual module, and I just looked at build that on the Google Images, and then I managed to fit into this space along with the collector, which collects them from there. I did have to dig quite a bit of a ways down to make it all fit correctly. Also, I was noticing that as my villagers were waiting, they were breeding inside the area that they was waiting to be picked up from, and that's because where the farmers up top are throwing potatoes, it's landing in the water stream and then getting carried round to them waiting here. So I ended up just throwing a little hopper and a double chest here just to passively collect potatoes, so it's a little bit handy and a blessing in disguise, I guess. Now, the only thing that is really up to you with this villager sorter is when you take them off, how you actually want to kill them. Because as you can see, I've got some waiting down here underneath. And I did initially want them to randomly step on pressure plates or something like that to fire charges. Just so it's a little bit entertaining when you're waiting here trading and you get rid of the ones with the rubbish trades. They deserve to die some way. But I've decided to make like a little dungeon area underneath, and hopefully manage to get a zombie if it gets to night time at some point. I've got a couple of name tags ready. I went with a classic Dave name because it's usually what I end up calling people if I forget their names. It's either Dave or John. I've got a little trap here to lead him in. But it looks like it's going to be a fair bit before night time, so I'll show you around and see so you can see what else I've done. I've filled in the rest of this sugarcane field around the sugarcane farm. I've emptied this thing twice whilst building it, and it just keeps on overflowing. So I'm getting more than enough paper that I need to trade with them. Like if I take you back down there quickly. Right, it's been about 2 or 3 days since I actually built this. I wasn't feeling well enough to record, so I've been doing a bit of trading, getting rid of the ones, and I wanted to wait to be able to record to show you me trying to get a zombie. But yeah, I've got a full single chest of the efficiency 5, and great. But this is why I carry ender belts. There we go. And depth strider 3. I've got a full chest of that. So if I wanted to, I don't think I'm ever going to need more than a full single chest of any type of enchantment. But I thought I'd keep them in the time being, and if we get filled with ones that we want to keep, we'll just get rid of the ones that are the least effective trades. Now, I have been looking through the clerics, these guys, for the ones that sell 3 glowstone, which is the most that they can sell. And I've been getting rid of all the zombie flesh from my mob farm, and I've managed to build up quite a fair bit of the glowstone now, which comes in handy because I haven't got any source of it, and trying to mine enough of that to do the lighting that you want everywhere just by mining in the nether is a bit of a hassle. So getting rid of the zombie flesh to get the emeralds to buy the glowstone, it's a win-win really. And my mob farm's doing extremely well, so I think I've got like 6 or 7 double chests full of rotten zombie flesh. These guys, if they fill up too much, they end up suffocating in the wall. So I only have like 3 or 4 of them in there at a time. I'm hoping that none of the librarians die anyway. But it's getting to night time, so let's close this little trapdoor and hopefully this works. I've got a really bad feeling that he's not going to land directly down. Sorry about that. My phone goes off every single time I start recording for some reason. I'm hoping the zombie does just drop straight down, and then rather than him getting loose and attacking the villagers that are in the holding cells. But I don't think he can reach them. Well, fingers crossed he can't. I just got to try to remember where this thing is. So let me get some torches and just light it up a little bit so I've got an idea of exactly where it is. And now we got to go on the strenuous task of trying to find a zombie, because everywhere is pretty well lit up now. I don't want to have to travel too far with him. But they're usually attracted to the villagers, and usually you get a husk zombie spawn nearby. So guess we have to go for a little wandabout. Okay, none over there. We'll go down through the sugarcane field. I've completely changed the pathway. As you could probably remember, this whole area was filled with grass pathway blocks going all the way down. And I changed it all out for the birchwood and sandstone slabs just dotted about. And then I've done these little fire pits either side to light up a bit. But I think that looks 100 times better than the grass pathway blocks coming through the desert. I think we've got a zombie over here actually. Oh, let me eat first. Okay, this zombie is hopefully going to be our Dave for future use. Regarding the villagers getting changed into zombies or eaten alive by the zombie, they will despawn when I go far enough away from it, so it gets rid of the villager cap so more villagers can be bred. And then, let's just name him Dave, there we go. So then it gets rid of the villager cap, and then the mob cap, obviously, if it is reached, they will despawn when I go over 128 blocks away. Come on. But I'm quite happy with the way that this pathway turned out. He's zigzagging. And Hopefully he doesn't get attracted by the villagers. Come on, guy. Drop down the hole. There we go. And then he should he should go to town on them villagers that are in there already. Now, let me hopefully not get blown up by a creeper. Let's get rid of them. Put the grass path back. And then I need to patch up the roof from the inside. Get rid of these torches. I've been trying my best to get rid of all the torches. I absolutely hate the way they look. Yeah, the reason how comes there's torches and it's not overgrown here or anything is that when I came up after being down there for a few Minecraft days, there was a creeper just waiting for me at the top and he took out the entire top. Really, guy? Oh, they won't walk across the tracks, will they? So, if we... Oh, can we not reach that? Okay, this is going to be interesting. Let me... Is this wall solid? Here it is, that's fine. So they shouldn't be able to get up here. We just break that, and away he goes. Go get him. Is he seriously getting distracted by the villagers up here instead of ones down there? I may need more than one Dave to do this job. But that villager is trying to leg it. Yeah, he looks so confused. Okay, let me get a bit of track to patch that bit up. As you can see, I'm storing all the paper and sugarcane in these chests. Are looking for not powered. Want some normal track, and we also want some of our glass. And we need them to leave that little section there. Okay, so they shouldn't go back into that area. On our stone bricks and our glass. Yeah, I have no idea what this guy's doing. Why is he not attacking them? Hopefully, eventually, he will choose to finally kill one of them. Otherwise, I may have to rethink this way of execution. But yeah, also with this... Oh yeah, I forgot to patch up the ceiling, didn't I? There we go. I filled in all the blocks behind because I didn't like staring at just a blank stone wall. The same for the top there, I backed it with stone bricks. If you hop down here, we've got our minecart. And oh yeah, that was just a patch up job that done. Do that. Now, what happens is that obviously when I get rid of villager, there's a gap in the water stream there, but as soon as another one gets pushed down, he'll get pushed onto this. And then this will then activate the note blocks that I got set up, which play the tune of, what is it called? The Funeral March. Yeah, so hopefully you can hear this. Nice little eerie theme each time you send one of them off for the death. Not happy that you can't control the volume of the note blocks individually. They're just part of game sounds at the moment. Seriously, guy, start killing someone. Okay, let me get rid of... What are you? You're a normal farmer. Normal farmer. I've got 3 normal farmers, so I don't mind getting rid of one of them. And he should go round. Oh, I was afraid of that. He's attacking them as they come in. There we go. I think them two are stuck inside that corner because the zombie won't cross the railway track and they won't... Oh, there we go. Get him. Yeah, so he's trying to run away, but there's nowhere for him to run. But what we'll do is that we'll throw some more minecarts into our pickup. I need to change this chest for a normal chest, not a trap chest, because each time you open it, it activates the dispenser. So yeah, it's not helpful. Do that, and then do that. Gets the villager, goes off, activates the next one. Come on, really? Alright, we'll do it exactly on the saving spike, won't it? There we go. There goes another. And then that will just bounce back and forth until there's another one's going to the system. Hopefully there's enough room for him. 1, 2... he is garbage. We don't want him, he's just a butcher. There we go, he's changed one of the zombies. That zombie should hopefully go on to attack the others. They seem really more interested in the ones that are up here, rather than the ones that are right there for them to eat. Let's get rid of someone else. Just for fun. One of these ones I did unlock all the trades for, but they was absolute garbage. I've not checked his ones yet. Not checked his ones yet. I have checked his ones, and blast protection 4, is that worthwhile keeping? I usually just go for protection 4 on all of my armor. Yeah, I don't mind getting rid of him. The zombie's stopping him from going in, but he'll end up just bouncing back. He's gonna end up suffocating more than anything else. But I do like the little funeral march tune. I may have to do it so then the minecart gets broken on the furthest right hand side there. So then the villager has no other choice but to enter that area with them. But yeah, that's the villager sorter all done and dusted now. Thank God. It took probably around about 2, maybe 3 hours, because I had to rebuild it after watching the atrocious tutorial that I did start watching to build it. But I think it's come out pretty nice. I've got all the single chests ready for the enchanted books. I've clearly missed out decorating that corner. That will be done, don't worry. So let me just see if there's anything else to catch you up on. Yeah, I want to get started on my sandstone fortress. I did start building up the sides a bit, and it's going to come up a lot higher, obviously higher than the actual iron golem farm. And this is where our main storage area is going to be. Then I'm going to do some perimeter walls going out around here, the outskirts, and then make it into like a proper looking fortress with little builds within the actual fortress walls. But that's going to take some time. I'll probably build most of the main structure in between episodes and just get up to the height that I want and the shape. And then once that's all done, I'll bring you in for all the little details and redstone bits and pieces that I want to do with that area. The bridge, I've decided not to carry on the bridge pathway. I'm going to go with the pathway that I've done in between the sugarcane fields. I think it looks a lot more natural and better going through the desert rather than the pathway that I did start designing, the same one that's on the bridge itself. In my, I think it's the last video, I started having a chat with someone in the comments regarding my plans for the Nether farm. So what I'll do is I'll quickly head over there and I'll have a quick talk about that, and then we'll end it off there. So I'll be right back. And we're back. Okay guys, just on the minecart heading over to the area where I've started digging out. Now someone did ask me if I was making this farm purely for as a gold farm. Now that was my initial idea for it. I did want it to be strictly just a mainly source of gold, because I wanted to end up just living off of the golden carrots. But obviously you have the zombie pigmen, which is the ones who drop the gold. And then for some reason, I've checked all underneath, you're getting an insane amount of endermen. And for some reason, you're getting loads, well, quite a fair few of wither skeletons. Now, I dug it down just to freeload in a section just to see what sort of spawns I was getting. And as you can see, the enderman spawn at this height in the nether is quite high for some reason. And I know you probably can't see it at the moment, but usually there was quite a few wither skeletons that spawn. As you can see, it's like the coal and stuff from where I've been killing them before. Now, I don't understand the spawning rules for console, because usually wither skeletons would only spawn within the confines of a nether fortress. There is no nether fortress in this entire area. I've decided and built one massive cobblestone wall that goes all the way around the area that I want to dig out. And I went flying down there and I saw them just spawning on random bits of netherrack. So again, everything spawned from the nether up here except for the blazes. And I have no idea why that is. I'm not sure if that's an oversight on Mojang's part. But yeah, so like you get the normal ghast and stuff that spawn down here. But as you can see in this area that I've sort of walled off, all over here is where it's going to be dug out. Yeah, there's no nether fortress at all. But as you can see, with a skeleton. And I have no idea why. It's a little bit dangerous being down there. It's murder trying to dig this out with the amount of ghast that spawned down here as well after you've been there for a while. Let's see if we can kill him up there. Yeah, get some. Okay. Let's get high enough. Let's see if we can take him out of a looting sword. We got him. Okay, well, I think that is going to do it, ouch, for today. Let me just get back up to my little safety hole. Where are we? It's in one of these corners. Up here. There we go. I'm getting quite good with the rockets and elytra. But yeah, I think no one should produce more than enough of them that I'll need. And for some lucky reason, we're getting wither skeleton spawning. So happy days. Just take these out, see if we're lucky enough to get a skull drop. As you can see, there are quite a few of them that spawn up here, and it's only a small space. So if you wanted to, you could probably just dig out a 3 wide gap in the corner of your nether, and you can actually just run around here, and it would be probably quite effective. Ouch. So just in this small space, there's what, 5, 6, 7 so far? I hate the saving spikes when they just sprint towards you. And nope, not lucky enough. But yeah, that's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you have and it's your first time to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more Minecraft playthroughs.